Hello guys, I just tried streaming instead of just recording. So, today was a pretty average day. I always say that anytime anybody asks me about my day, I just say pretty average. But to go into depth about it, I went to some inspections with my brother. And had a good time, I guess. You know, same problems usually. But don't mind that. I have a few stories I can tell. Why is the layer not editable? So, I had to go to a nursing home the other day. And this one, I don't want to be rude, bro, but old people are just, they be scaring me sometimes. Like, they just kept coming up to me, bro. I was standing at the panel and they're like, one lady came up, she was like, she had a really nice, she looked easy to talk to, I guess. She had like one of those type faces, like, there was an old lady and she was like, how's everything going? Are you okay? Do you need... She was just like, yo, what's good? She didn't say that either, but I was just like, no. The first person, I didn't realize that old people were so talkative when I at that place. And right as I walked in at the front desk, this lady came up to me and she was like, how are you? Or something, and I wasn't looking at her, and then I looked at her, and then I didn't realize what she said, and I was staring at her for like a second or two. It felt really long, probably longer than it was, but and then I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm doing good, and then I just kept fumbling over my words, and this old lady probably thought she was doing something wrong. I don't know, but I didn't make the pen sharp enough, small enough. Let's make it at 2. No, one, no, this one and 2. Okay. Delete all, no. Lasso. I'm starting to finally feel like things are picking up again in my life, kind of because I'm letting it now. I'm like actually letting people back into my life and not just ignoring people. I don't ignore people, but sometimes I'm scared to talk to people. I feel like I'm gonna mess up all the time. Very socially anxious. And it's been getting really bad. I've been talking about this, but like, yeah. And I'm kind of realizing the way to get out of it is to just choose to get out of it. It might be really hard to the way you choose to, but like, you have to. It's like your responsibility too. It's like your hero's journey, bro. You have to put yourself out into the world. Because if you don't, then you never actually knew what it is to live life. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, I'm only saying that because I saw a video that was like, you have to put yourself out into the world or some shit. But there, you know, I genuinely believe that if you have a problem like that, any type of like anxious problem, any problem, bro, you just have to figure out what makes you feel like you have to fix it. And it feels like the healthy way to do it. Because there's so many ways you can go about shit. And you just have to really pay attention to how you're doing it. But back to the nursing home. So one lady who was like that, she was like, just asking questions. I was like talking to her casually, and another guy came up to me. He just walked out of the elevator with like a unlit cigarette, and he was like, "It rains. It doesn't rain. Either way, we're all gonna burn." And I was like, I didn't say anything. I just smiled at him. I was like, "All right." It's really hard to tell whether they say those things because they're not right in the head or because of how much they know. Because, bro, don't get me right. Old people know so much. They know so much. Like, they could tell you fucking. They probably know a lot of wrong things. I mean, old people have a lot of wrong ideas, but we all do. But they just know so much. Alright, I gotta work on. I thought of this idea while I was in the car today, so I'm gonna see how good I can make it. Let's make this like that, actually. I'm not very good at drawing circles. And then this other lady, I saw her walking down the hall and I made eye contact with her. I was like, oh shit. She's definitely gonna try and talk to me. And she started talking. She like swooped up next to me. Like she came in through the corner of my eye and I was like, what the fuck? Like she jump scared me, bro. And she started talking and I didn't know what she was talking about. She sounded kind of desperate and I was just like, what? Sorry, ma'am, I don't know what you just said. I didn't say that, I just kind of like went along with it. Like, usually I just tell people I don't know what they said. But, alright, this time I was already flustered from the first interaction I had at this place. And she was talking about something like the second floor. And I was like, the door and the staircase right over there is the second. I told her she was on the second floor already. She wasn't. There's the door leading to the second floor, so it said second floor on it, and I wasn't really thinking straight in that moment, so I kind of told her the wrong thing. But she went in there, she was like, okay, thank you. I didn't really help her at all. She just like talked to herself. She figured it out on her own. And then she made like a joke and made a gesture with her hands before she closed the door of the stairwell. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know what you said again. She almost had like a Ukrainian accent. Yeah. And then, what else happened? Oh, and then she came back out of the stairwell like 20 minutes later and she was like lost again. She started talking to me again. And this lady came up behind her. She was looking at me. She was like, is this lady talking to you? You talking to that kid? And then, shit, I don't know. Me and this other lady like looked at each other like, what the fuck is this old lady talking about? And she probably worked there and she probably was like, this kid's uncomfortable as hell. Let me just give him that look like we get each other. Even though she probably understood the old lady more than, I don't know. But, yeah, that was my experience at the nursing home. And there's this guy wearing I guess a drug rug, if you may call it that. I don't know. And oh shit, yo, there was this other lady every like 10 minutes, maybe even less than that, bro. She would make like a really loud noise. And like, yeah, I get it, bro. They're not like choosing to do these things, bro. So you just lose yourself sometimes. You get older and you don't really realize it, but this guy with the drug rug came up to her after she did, and he just held his hand up and she stopped. And I was like, okay, bro. You got that. I don't know how to make this not look like gear teeth and make it look like saw blade teeth. Also saw blade teeth in motion. Alright, hold on, we're gonna try this. I'm gonna make all of them and then just blur them, I guess. Oh fuck. That's not right. Yeah, that looks right, I guess. It's a passable saw blade. Now I have to erase all the in-between lines. Clean it up a little bit. And what else happened? Today I went on a bike ride, and usually I take my dad's bike, just as he calls it the family bike, but it's really his. Took my sister's bike instead, cause why not? And the shit fucking, I went out to where I wanted to go. Right, I don't really have a location in mind when I go, but like, I just went out as far as I could. And then right as I'm turning around, I'm like ready to go home. Alright, let me reframe that story. I'm going out on the bike. I'm like, yo, there's some really nice houses over there too. And I was looking at all the Halloween decorations and driving through the neighborhoods, and there's all these kids like on bikes out all of a sudden. And I'm like, yo, I could be friends with these kids, bro. I gotta. I feel like this one kid kind of thought I was following him because we went to the same place. He like went down a different road that I did, and we ended up at the same place. And I was like, yo, he probably thinks I'm following him. He probably didn't. I don't know. But and then there was kids posted up there on their bikes and shit. I got my Celsius drink. I chugged that shit and I was ready to go. And then I tried shooting it into a dumpster, missed. And this lady saw me do it, so I just drove off. I was like, fuck. I kind of littered, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, that's like bad. But I'm going on my bike ride. I found this really nice spot. It was like this cut off road, and it would have turned into this main road, but there was a rail in front of it and it was just closed off. And the way the trees hung over the road too, it was like a really cool vibe. And then there was a path into the woods with like tires and shit. I was like, I'm not trying to get, you know, fucking mugged in the woods. It was really sketchy. I kind of assumed it was a bad area, but yeah. And then, you know, usually I find these places and then I never remember how to get there. That's just the way I work sometimes. But after that, I turn around and then the chain slips off. And like every so often, if I was speeding up too quick, this would happen. But this time it happened. I flipped the bike over, put the chain back on. Then it happened again right after. I was like, what the fuck? Then I took a look at the chain, and one of the fucking links was missing. I was like, oh my god, bro. There's no way this just happened. I'm all the way out here. This link broke. There's no way I'm gonna be able to pedal this bike all the way home. Stranded. Was my fucking microphone not on that whole time? I hope so. I hope I'm just tripping. But yeah, the link broke, then I had to walk all the way home. And yeah, that was it. I wasn't like terribly far away. It was like a 20-minute walk. And I kind of just like scooted around on it. So, I might make this drawing in like 2 parts. Honestly, this gets too long. And I'm pretty sure my microphone was just off. If I'm not tripping out right now. But yeah. My friend has a football game he wants me to watch. It's like the Idahoan football. And I'm not gonna watch it. But yeah, I'm still trying to be a supporter. Even though I don't want to support. So I don't know, bro. There's a whole, I think it's kind of a fallacy. I'm gonna call it the supporter's fallacy. That you have to like go to people's games or else you're not supporting them. It's like, I can believe in what you want and not want to like go to your events and shit. That doesn't mean I don't care about you succeeding or not. Like one time my friend really wanted me to go to his hockey game. And we were like young, bro. I was like 9 years old. And I was afraid of going out of the house. I would get homesick out of like a sleepover. And so did he. Bro, he used to get really homesick. He would go down the block at my house, down the block from his, and say, I want to go home. I'm not comfortable being here. I was like, bro, what the fuck? And then when it came to me, now I wanted to go to his game because I was scared. He was like, bro, what are you talking about? You don't want to support me. I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not. But I was 10 years old, bro. I couldn't explain myself. Like, who the fuck? People always expected me to be able to explain myself in scenarios where I just, like, couldn't. Like, but, yeah, I didn't go. He lost, and he was like, see, bro, because you didn't support me, and now look, I lost. I was like, what the fuck? In my mind at the time, I knew it wasn't right, but, like, I didn't know how to word it or explain it to him that, like, that's not, doesn't make any, like, these things don't connect, bro. You would have lost if I went or didn't. It's not my fault. And, you know, he didn't understand either. That's probably why he said it. And he was probably more focused on how he felt rather than how it actually was. He was a funny kid growing up, right? He was like my best friend for a while. Kind of grew apart from them. You know, last video I said I grew apart from all my friends. I really did. I, like, severely grew apart from all my friends. Social anxiety will, like, fucking ruin you. Because, like, with social anxiety, bro, it's not like you can't force yourself, like, it's not like you physically cannot, but every time you force yourself, it's just like everything goes wrong, bro. You fumble over your words, you stumble over your words, you trip, stagger, slip over your words. just, kind of consumed my life for a while. It still is. But I'm finding my ways to get over it. Like, this is one of them. Just talking a little bit every night. Every time I come home, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I just talk. What the fuck? Like, bro. What? Bro. It's the same time every night, my parents. It's like they're stuck in a loop. They're stuck in a loop and they don't care to get out of it. I might try and explain to them one day, but that's not today. That's later in life. When I know how to say it to them. Kind of want to make this triangle seem like it's spray painted almost, like dirty and worn. Make it yellow. But I went to a volleyball game with my friend I was just talking about, and I just like still can't really talk. Like, it's him and his sister, bro. It's just like the worst time trying to talk to them. I just can't. Like, it ruined a lot of my friendships. So many of them. And it's like I knew the way to get out of it, but I just couldn't do it. For the longest time, I just made no progress with it. I just kept doing things to kind of like temporarily make it okay. Only now am I realizing that you have to let these things that you're scared of happening happen. And then once you realize that, you'll be okay. Alright, how should I draw this fucking triangle? I think what I'll do is something like this. Oh, hold on. Is there a gap somewhere? What the fuck? Where's the gap? Oh, right. Okay, let's fill in all the gaps. Let's not waste my time looking for them. Let's just see if it works. Oh, okay, that was it. So I might do that and then make a new layer underneath. And then get the brush and get my splotch thing. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. I've been really into like, I already said this already, bro. Fuck. See, kind of like that. I don't know. Maybe make it like bigger. Maybe make it a darker. My whole family's just yapping the fuck up, bro. And that kind of looks, actually, I do like that. Now that I got rid of the, okay, so I might get rid of the fucking outline, or just put it on a different layer, just in case I want it back. How could I do that? Okay, let's try. Just doing this. Alright, play it smart, bro. Don't be dumb. Duplicate the layer, and then get rid of it, get rid of this, and this, and then yeah, buddy, clean up a little bit. So now in this one, all I gotta do is erase. No, wrong. This one. Gotta erase that. So I don't really reveal too much about the drawing. You guys are gonna see when I'm done with it, but I'm gonna try and make this be like really cool looking. I'm just gonna keep working on it for like a couple days maybe. Really, this is a way to learn how to do like a slightly bigger, more ambitious thing, and then not let it consume me, bro. That's such a big problem, man. That's a big problem with people who, that's a big problem with people who have potential, label themselves as like having potential, is that they'll just be stuck in that. I have potential, they'll never actually do anything, bro. That's me. That's 100% me. I used to just sit on my computer for like hours and not do anything. I'll be like, okay, I'll do that later. I'll do that big thing that I want to do later on. And it was just this like, I would hop on and be like, yo, I'm gonna finish all this shit. And then I would just look at it. Anything I want to do, bro. I wanted to do so many things. I wanted to make music. I would just make, I would like make a few, right? I would make a few tracks. I kind of liked them. And then I would just get stuck in this pattern of going through all of the FL tracks, listening to them for a little bit, and then closing them. Alright, I can't rap on that one. Next one. And I can't rap on that one. Next one. And I would just find myself doing that for like hours, and then I realized, I was like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just wasting my time. So now, anytime I feel like I'm not actually progressing, I just stop. Which feels like it's backwards, but it might be the right way to go. For now. For me at least. And yeah. I'm really bad at drawing fucking bodies, bro. Let's draw this on a new layer. Hold on. Separate all this shit so we can do that. Okay. I'm gonna make this look like, I can't spoil too much, but get the rough out kinda. Yeah, I might finish this later, but that's kind of where I'm at now. Alright, so time has come. I want to make sure my mic was not off, and I just looked at the wrong spot of it. It was like being retarded for a second. I will complete this next video, and thanks for watching. Thank you. Come again.